Hi, girls. Hope you had a great weekend. This is CGI Math for April 27th, 2020. And today's problem is about a vegetable garden. I plant a vegetable garden every year. Not as many vegetables that I have in this problem, but I do plant vegetables. Mrs. Forbes is planting a vegetable garden. She planted 2 rows of tomato with 5 plants in each row. She planted 2 rows of zucchini with 3 plants in each row and 3 rows of cucumber with 5 plants in each row. What is the total number of vegetable plants in the garden? So I'm going to read it again. And we're first going to concentrate on the important numbers. Mrs. Forbes is planting a vegetable garden. She planted 2 rows of tomato with 5 plants in each row. Now, that word each is extremely important. She planted 2 rows of zucchini with 3 plants in each row. And again, very important is that word each. Actually, I see it again here. And she planted 3 rows of cucumber with 5 plants in each row. What is the total number of vegetables plants in the garden? So I'm looking at some very important numbers here. First of all, with the tomato. 2 rows of tomato, 5 plants in each row. 2 rows of zucchini, 3 plants in each row. 3 rows of cucumber, 5 plants in each row. And then what is the total? Remember, total means I'm looking for how many in all. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about how you're going to solve this problem. In your plan for a diagram, maybe you want to actually set up the rows of vegetables. So please pause the video, and when you come back, we will solve it together. So I started to organize my information. I started my plan. And what I know is that the tomatoes, there's 2 rows, 5 plants in each row. The zucchini, 2 rows, 3 plants in each row. And the cucumber, 3 rows, 5 plants in each row. I have P is my total. So first I'm going to think about drawing a diagram and as part of my plan. And I'm actually going to kind of set up the garden and the rows. Two rows of tomato, 5 plants in each row. 2 rows of zucchini, 3 plants in each row. 3 rows of cucumber, 5 plants in each row. Now, this really isn't a very, very challenging problem. What I'm more challenging you to do with this problem is to write out a really great equation. as to how to solve it. Now, I know that here's all of the plants, and I'm looking for a total. So I'm trying to figure out how many plants there will be in all. So I want you to think about, as I'm doing this, I'm going to keep together my zucchini, or I'm sorry, my tomato, my zucchini, and my cucumber. And what I want you to notice is that for my tomato, I have 2 5s. For my zucchini, I have 2 3s. And for my cucumber, I have 3 5s. For my total, I have to total up the tomato plus the zucchini plus the cucumber. I can do that easily over here. 5 and 5 is 10. 3 and 3 is 6. And then 5 and 5 and 5 is 15. And I know that I can then add up those numbers. And I get an answer of 31. But again, here's my challenge. I'm going to put a little line through my Z so we don't interpret that as a 2. My challenge is in writing the equation. So think about the tomatoes. What do I have? I have 2 5s. Think about my zucchini. I have 2 3s. And then I have my cucumber, which I have 3 5s. 2 times 5, when I go to solve this, remember those parentheses are saying, solve me first, solve me first. 2 times 5 is 10. There's that 10. 2 times 3 is 6. There's that 6. And 3 times 5 is 15. And there's that 15. This was a pretty challenging equation. Probably just easier to do this, but remember, if they're asking us for an equation, we have to give them an equation. So I still end up with P equals 31. What are there 31 of? There are 31 plants. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.